Hello everyone, and this is the Academic English Class 1, and it's creativity level, and it's with Frazer. Now what's going to happen today is I'm going to do a very quick introduction about the class. I'm going to explain about how the assessment is done. I'll explain about the books that you need, and then I'll explain about some things that you might want to know, or maybe you don't want to know, but I'm going to just explain about me. And then at the end of this, you're going to have to try to fill in some Google forms, and it's very simple. And the idea is I can get some information from you, and it'll be answering some simple questions, and that will make sure that we have enough material for this week's class. Now the idea is, the video here is just so you can see me, and I'm just saying hello, making sure that you all know that I'm here. But the idea is, let's have fun together, and hopefully my explanations will be simple and you'll be able to understand the kind of things that we need to do in this class. And my character is very outgoing, so doing this and filming is a little bit strange because I want to be moving around and saying hello. But for today's class, I'm just going to do a very simple one. I'll take the video away, and then at the end, when I do my self-introduction, I will put myself back on the screen. So just take care and listen, and just try and hear as much as you can, and hopefully everything will be okay. So I'll see you soon. Bye. And we're back again. Now first of all, I'm just going to explain some very simple details. And as you can see, the details are very simple. My name, which is Frazer William Johnston Thiesby, where you can find me. And if you ever have a problem, you can always go to the Bengyongwan, which is the Centennial Building, room 406. And this is where all the professors are located who teach this class, or these classes. The next thing, my email. So you can see there, it's on the screen, and if you ever need to contact me and it's maybe a private matter, or maybe you're a little bit shy, or you don't know how to talk to me, then sure, then you can just email me and say something to me. Maybe you want to ask me a question. No problem at all, you can always email me. The only thing is my phone doesn't work perfectly, so emails sometimes get to me a little bit slow. The final one is KakaoTalk, and as you can see, my idea is HUFS Frazer, and this is a very simple, way to contact me. And if you ever have a problem that's in a bit of a hurry, or you prefer to contact me using this way, it's not a problem. I always use KakaoTalk, it always comes to my phone. The only thing is, just don't send messages during class time if we're supposed to have class and you send me a message, because I won't check my phone during class time. The idea is very simple. You have a problem, just send me a message. Here, KakaoTalk is the easiest way. Email, no problem. And finally, if you need to come and see me face to face, talk in person, I'll be in Bengyongwan 406. Now my schedule this semester is pretty busy. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday is almost full all the time. So it might be hard to schedule a time to meet, but you can meet me at any time if we can work it out together. And as I said, if you want to come and see me, no problem. But just contact me. Don't be shy. Always try to feel like we can work together. If you have a problem, I want to help you. I'm always here to help you. That's the most important thing. Now, the really strange thing is my name. Now, as I showed you the last time, my name is Frazer William Johnston Thiesby. It's a really long name. So I don't want you to get stressed with my name, so you just have to remember Frazer. So remember, you see me, you say, hello Frazer, that's great. If you have a question, excuse me Frazer, no problem. Or if you want to say professor or teacher, no problem as well. Everything about this class is to feel comfortable. So whichever way you feel comfortable talking to me is okay. Frazer, professor, teacher. But you always have to remember, don't say hey. You go, hey Frazer. Then I'm very sad because, I don't want you to shout hey. Always excuse me, or Frazer, just my name, it's okay. But I'll always try to help you as quick as possible. Because the idea is, you have a question, I'm here to help. I want you to get a good grade for this class. The next one is the course overview. Now, the idea is this course is all about you improving your English, using your English in a real life way, and having communication with other people. So in my class time, we're going to try to focus on speaking and listening with each other. Now, this is very simple. We won't be doing listening exercises from the textbook. What we'll do is we will listen to each other. We're going to talk together. And the idea is when we have class, I want you to feel comfortable with using English, because as soon as you're more comfortable, you can use more words and you'll feel more relaxed. And I know that everybody has studied English for a long, long, long time. And maybe you think, oh, English is really hard. But this class is used to make it super easy for you. And I want you to remember, we can do it together. Don't be shy. Just try your best. Now, the goals for this class is very simple. I want you to make sure that you use a variety of vocabulary, and we'll use this from the textbook. The idea is these words are used in daily life and words that are used in conversations. The next one, it says there, to try to make sure that you can talk with foreigners. There's many foreigners on campus. You'll meet many foreigners in the future. You're going on a working holiday. You're going to talk to people in school. You're going to talk to people in a job. The idea is we need to be able to talk to each other. So communication is important. Making sure that we talk together with each other. We're not perfect. No problem. I make mistakes all the time. You make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. So what I want you to do is I just want you to be able to have a conversation with each other, understand each other. Always remember that people are better and worse at English than each other. So remember, just have basic conversations, practice your English, try to improve your proficiency and confidence in English. I don't want you to be shy. Maybe you're a little bit shy. Me too, first time. Oh, I don't know what to say. It's okay. Just try to relax and have confidence in your English. I know that you've all studied from elementary school, so the idea is we can practice and we can make it better together. And the most important thing for my class is I want us to have fun. I want us to enjoy ourselves. I want us to talk together. I'll make very terrible gag or I'll make some kind of jokes. But the idea is try to have a smile, be positive, because the idea is I want it to be super easy for us all. Now, the next thing is what you'll need for this class. You want to bring a notebook like a textbook? Sure, you can write in something else. Smartphones are always needed in this class. If you have a question, maybe you'll be like, Frazer, what's the spelling? You don't have to ask me for spellings. You can use your smartphone. They can help you. Sure, if I have time, I'll help you with the spelling. But if everybody asks, oh, Frazer, what's this spelling? How do I spell this? The idea is, I just want you to be able to use your smartphone. Sometimes in class, you'll have to use Naver. And you'll go online, and the idea is you'll just talk or with each other, but you'll have a question that you can't ask me because maybe I'm busy. Use your smartphone or tablet, notebook. These kind of things are fine in class, but you'll always need a pen and a pencil because I will provide worksheets in every class. And the idea is we'll do conversation practice with each other. You'll need to write down your partner's answer or practice the grammar that we've learned during these exercises. And finally, we'll need 2 books, Word Link 1 and a writing book. Ba-bam! Here they are. These are the 2 magical books that we need for this class. And the idea is we have Word Link, which is 3rd edition, and this book will be the majority of our content. And you can see very clearly that, it's a bigger book because I've made it bigger in the picture, but the idea is this book has more content that we'll use. It has vocabulary and it has the grammar, and they will be on the midterm and final test. So this book is really important. This book, The Essence of Writing 1, is about paragraph writing and infographic. Infographic is like a poster with important information and pictures. So we get information and graphics. Usually it can be like graph, or it can actually just be like pictures. Now the idea is that both of these books are required for this class, and the idea is we'll practice these in every class time. The writing book, it depends on the schedule, but we'll always do Word Link. but most of the time we'll try to fit in some of this as well. The next one, how do we evaluate this class? Well, there's a couple of ways that I evaluate this class, and it changes a little bit teacher and professor by professor, but the idea is the first one is attendance, and attendance is done by Korean teacher and me, so that's 6% each, so you have to come to class and then we can check your attendance. The next one is your midterm, and as you can see, midterm is 15%. Midterm is a written exam, and this is the same for all of the students who take creativity level. The next one is a speaking assignment, and in my class I focus more on speaking. So there's 2 speaking assignments, and you can see there it says group speaking, very relaxed, and then it says number 2, and then it says this will be speaking by yourself with me. Now, because of the coronavirus, I'm not sure how classes will work. Maybe group speaking will be difficult, so I might change this to another form of speaking assessment. It just depends on how the coronavirus works for us. If it works out badly, everything might be separate, but if it gets better, then we'll do group work, because I want you to make friends and I want you to talk with each other in class, not just with me. The final part is the final exam, and the final exam will be a written test. And again, it's standardized. We have to do a test. So the midterm and the final exams are written tests, and the idea is you'll learn things from both of the textbooks and you'll have to try to write them in there. The next one is the Korean teachers class, and that is 38% of this course. So as you can see, 38%, 62% including these. So the idea is it's combined together. So maybe you come to every class, your midterm, your speaking, and your final exam with me is perfect. So you're like, wow, A+, everything is A+, 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 A+. And then Korean teachers class is terrible. And every test is terrible. Everything has gone wrong. It's a problem because we have to combine them together. But the idea is I'm here to help you. The Korean teachers and professors will be here to help you. We want to make sure you get a good score, so we'll try to help you as much as possible, but you have to make sure you just try your best. Don't give up. Just try your best and we'll make sure that you can get through this class and get the best grade that you can get. Now, I'm just going to explain about how some of the assessments are. Now, if I do it how I want to do it, you'll do group speaking first. That will be in about week 6. And again, this is 10% of your final test score, final point score. And the idea is this will be like a group chat, and there'll be 3 or 4 of you, and you'll sit together and you'll talk about some topics together, and it's for about 10 minutes. Now the idea is you can discuss together about these topics, you can chat together and practice. My class is very simple. We practice here so that you can get a good score on the midterm exam. The idea is you practice the key points so I can check that you know how to use vocabulary and grammar right. But it's easy. Super easy. You talk together and I just listen to you. Whatever you say, I'm just there making notes. You don't talk with me. The next one. These are the midterm exams. Now, we don't know exactly when the starting time for this is, but it'll be around May 6th. The idea is it will be things from World Link and some writing from the textbook. Now the idea is midterm exam is 15%. The idea is you have chapters 1, 2, 4 and 5 from the textbook. So you will need to use the textbook. Now if you want to buy the textbook, that's okay. If you want to use a downloaded PDF copy, that's okay. If you have like a photocopied or some kind of thing, no problem. But you will need the textbook for class. And these are the World Link chapters, 1, 2, 4 and 5. The idea is it'll be very short answer questions, multiple choice, and there will be a very short paragraph writing section. And this will be from Unit 1 of the writing textbook, the yellow textbook. The next one is Happy Speaking 2. And the idea is this is the single speaking assignment with me. And the idea is in week 14, just before we finish the semester, we'll have some speaking assignment together. And again, this is 10% of your course. The idea is it's just a chance for you to talk with me one-on-one. Now, the idea is this time we'll interact together, talking together. No stress. I will tell you about the topics in week 11, so you can just be prepared and talk to me. English is about preparation and practice, making sure that you practice, get good at it, so you can use it and not be afraid. Be positive, because you can do it. So the idea is we're going to be able to do this together. Next on. The final exams are going to be 15%. As I say, same standardized exams, and the idea is it's in the last week of the semester, and because our semester is shorter because of coronavirus, this is week 15. So that's the week starting June 22nd. This will be based on chapters 8, 9, and 12. And the writing book, chapter 3, I believe, comparisons and contrasting. These will be all done at a later date and made later on in the semester, but the idea is that is the general gist of the final exam. Now, we get to the HUFS grading policy. HUFS grading policy is very simple. There's two kinds of way you'll be graded in this class. The first one is if this is the first time to take this class, you have a relative grading system. So for example, there's 10A or A+, 10 B's and B+, and then 10 C+ to F grades or fails, whichever way you want to look at it. So there should be a relative amount for each one. The next one, if you are retaking the class, you get an absolute score based on the university's grading scale. So the idea is if you are 재수강, second time taking the class, then you get a different way. Your final score is your score. And the last one, if you miss 12 hours of class, you fail. That's school policy. So you can't miss lots of classes. You have to make sure that you come and you have to attend as much as possible. Just try. Obviously, if you're sick or if corona is a problem, then it's different. But we'll do automatic attendance and you'll come to class and it will all be done electronically. So the idea is we'll know if you're failing or not and you can come and explain things to me. Now, due to the coronavirus, we have to make up a class. Now, I've left this blank because we're not sure yet what's going to happen with this semester and what will happen exactly regarding a makeup class, but we will make sure that you have 16 teaching weeks. So don't worry about missing your classes. Next on, the school policy has an English zone. Now again, because of coronavirus, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but there will be an English zone. An English zone is a chance for you to practice your English, talk together with other people who are not in this class, and just to generally practice your English conversation skills. Now, the idea is we are 장조, so you have to go 6 times during the semester. If you do not attend the English zone at least 6 times, then there'll be a penalty on your final grade, which is -5 points. If you go to English zone lots of times, like an extra amount of times, you'll get a bonus point. So if you go another 6 times, so 6 is minimum, you have to go 6, and then you go another 6 times, which is here, 6, you go another 6 times, that's 1 extra point. So total 12 times, you'll get 1 point extra. There's also something called English Clinic, and the idea is you take a writing book there and they might be able to help you with this material. Now, you have to remember, last year, all students who are creativity, you have to go to a Korean student teacher's class. And the idea is they will go and teach you extra things about writing. So this is all about learning how to write from that yellow textbook. Now, the idea is you have to go 6 times. If you go like 10 times, you'll get an extra bonus point. But if you don't go to these classes, so you only go 2 times, you will lose 5 points from your final grade. The idea is you have to go and you have to just listen to what they say and go. If this changes, I will tell you in the second week of class. But for now, all I know is that this is the policy for this semester. And remember, we all have to go to English Zone, so just try to fit one that is your schedule, or something that can fit in with you if you can do it. And the idea is usually it's the last weeks of the semester. The most important thing is go 6 times. You have to go 6 times. You have to go 6 times to the Korean teacher student class. So if you don't go, so you didn't go to this one, the regular one with a foreign professor, and you didn't go to this one with the student teachers, the Koreans, you could lose 10 points from your final grade. Now, I'll tell you the final deadlines when we have in-class lectures together. So for now, just think about maybe it'll be towards the end of the semester for when the deadline is. The final thing, attendance. The idea is just make sure that you're on time. I know that some of you will maybe be from maybe Seoul or some place that's far away. So just make sure you come to class. Just make sure you're here on time. Maybe the bus has a problem because the traffic is bad. I understand. I don't live in Mohyun. I live in another place, so I have to drive. Sometimes driving is so hard to get here on time. But the idea is, if you're late, you can Kakao Talk me. Oh, Frazer, the bus is late. Send me Kakao Talk. It's okay. If you come late to class more than 3 times, your grade will drop. I think it's 2. So if you come 2 or 3 times late, your grade drops. It's like an absence. So if there's a reason you must miss a class, you have to send me a message or talk to me before, like you have to go to a seminar or conference, tell me early. If you have to do something else, then make sure that you bring proof why you missed this class. Hospital notes are fine, real hospital notes, not just you like, oh, I drank soju yesterday, and then you do a hospital note. You have to make sure that you have something to tell me why you missed the class. Hey everyone, we're back again, and this time it's the maybe the best part of class or the worst part of class. But the idea is it's time for me to introduce myself, and I'm going to very quickly talk to you about who I am, the kind of things I like to do, and just introduce very quickly so that you hopefully don't have any questions. Now, this might be the best part of class time or the worst part of class time, and maybe it's super no jam because it's very boring, but I'll try to make it as quick as possible and as fun as it can be, and I'll just introduce and just make a few jokes about my family and me, but everything's okay. And if you ever have a question or you want to talk to me, send me a question. Frazer, do you like sports? Sure, you can ask me at the end of class when we do our Google Docs. Maybe you want to ask me other questions, no problem. Just listen carefully and hopefully everything will be cool. Now I'm going to close me down, so bye everybody, I love you. I'm just going to close it down now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the introduction. So as you can see here, we have a picture of where I'm from. And maybe you heard my accent, maybe you could hear where I was from, but I'm actually from the UK. So the UK is Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, Wales, we're all together here. But you can actually hear from my voice, maybe I'm from England. Now, if you look at England's shape, not including Wales, England shape here, you can see it's very similar to Korea. So down here at the bottom, like Brighton, is similar to Busan. It's like the beach area where people like to go. The next one, over here you can see London. I guess London is like Daegu, and I guess you've got to be careful around there at the moment, but Daegu is the area. Further up north over here you can see that we have like, maybe this area is very similar to Incheon, and then you can see over here we have Gangwon-do, so it is very similar to Korea. Like this area is Gangwon area, and then you can see like this part here is very similar to the DMZ, and we kind of divide here with Scotland. So Scotland is the North Korea of this story, but we don't fight, we're all very friendly and we're all pretty harmonious together. Now I'm actually from this place here, and you can see it's on the east coast, the northeast coast, So it's very similar to Gangwon-do. And maybe you could think like, okay, Gangwon-do, maybe about Samseok or Donghae-si. It's kind of those areas where I'm from. But now I actually live a little bit further south, and I actually live near to Cambridge. And Cambridge is a very beautiful town. It's near to where I live, but both of these places are very quiet places. Now, this is my hometown, and it's called Scarborough. And as I say, it's very similar to Donghae-si, like Donghae City. Like it has a beach, like Mangsan Beach. It's got a harbor area where the ships go for fishing. It's got lots of hotels like the Donghae Hilton or something like this. But we have a castle, and we had to protect ourselves many times from many different people from a long time ago. So we've always built castles around the UK. So you'll find them everywhere to protect from, Vikings, to protect from the French or the Germans, like these kind of things whenever there's been wars. So there's been a lot of fighting, so we have lots and lots of castles. Now, my hometown is a very old person's town. Young people don't want to stay there, so it's similar to Gangwon-do. Many people from Gangwon or other places come to Seoul or the city because these places are interesting to be, and my hometown is not interesting. The idea is you can see that it's a little bit old people style, so it's more of an old person style, and people usually come here just for vacation, just to go in the sea. But the sea is super, super, super cold. It's even in the summertime when the temperatures are hot, the temperature of the sea is really cold, so it's not the best place to go. This is my current hometown area, and I live in an area called Bury St Edmunds, and as you can see it's a little bit different. There's no sea, and you can see there's lots of cathedrals, so it's a slightly bigger town. You can see again lots of castles from very old places, maybe even they've been around for like 400, 500 years and still in good condition. But the idea is the UK is a very quiet place. It's very easy to get around if you have a car, but it's not good for public transport. Public transport is terrible. Buses are slow, trains are late and expensive. So the UK is expensive for these kind of things. And this is my home, and the picture on the left is where I live, and as you can see there is nothing here. I live in the countryside. My friends are cows. In the winter I went home for 1 month, and I maybe, if you don't include my neighbors, I maybe saw 5 people in 1 month. Cows are my friends. I'm Dr. Dolittle. I talk with animals all the time. So I'm not crazy, but I live in a very rural area. And this is an example of the kind of houses that we have around where I live. And this is Suffolk area, and these are the very traditional houses around the east of England. And it's very cute and quaint, and my hometown area is really nice, so I enjoy living there. Now, the final part about England is the weather. People always say, come to England, it's beautiful or it's nice, but it's always rainy. And last summer when I went home, it was a little bit different, because when I was home it was 38 Celsius, and it was as low as 9 degrees in summertime. So usually England is cool, but it's always rainy. But because of global warming, it's becoming drier and hotter. Or climate change is changing it a little bit. So I really hate hot and humid weather. So Korean summers, I don't stay here. Korea for me is too hot and humid. The UK is just hot but dry. In wintertime when I go home, it's a little bit cool, like 1 to 10 Celsius, and there's just a little bit of snow. Like it maybe snows like 1 week maximum, but usually it's just 1 day and stops, or 2 days and stops. In the north of England and Scotland it's colder and snows more, but where I live it doesn't snow at all. So when you come to England, always bring an umbrella, because it's gonna rain. Or, like this guy at the back, just don't bring an umbrella, and many people just walk around and just get wet. But this picture is kind of very similar to how my friends think. It's November, and everybody's like, oh, it's 15 degrees, it's so cold, just because it's autumn. But then when we get to spring and April and it's 15 degrees, shorts and t-shirt. So we are really hard to understand. England people are crazy. We love the weather, we talk about the weather. I'm not crazy, but I do wear shorts and t-shirts even in winter. If you ever see EPL soccer games, you can see fans are wearing no shirt and it's like 0 degrees. And this is very common in England. Lots of people are not used to the summer, so we always wear shorts and t-shirts, and like we always wear shorts, and especially we always wear t-shirts. And in class time, I probably will wear t-shirts or just short sleeve, and you'll be like, Fraser, are you hot? Never. I never get cold or hot. It's always the wrong one for me. Like I'm always either going to be too hot, too cold. So the easiest way is just to wear t-shirts, because then I'm always cool enough. Now, England has lots of famous foods, and you know most of them. So you know, like cake, high tea, we like to drink tea, we like scones, we like sandwiches. Remember, England food, it's a sandwich. We love fish and chips, it's not healthy. Maybe like 2,000 calories just here, you'll get really fat. So England people are a little obese. And then we also have meat. So we love to eat meat, and we love these ones here, which is Yorkshire pudding. So we love to eat lots of food, usually not healthy food. But we do have this food. Bam! What's that? Maybe you're at home and you're like, oh, Sunday. England people like Sunday. It's not Sunday. It's actually black pudding. And black pudding is a local dish that people eat, especially after they've been drinking. So if you've had 2 bottles of soju or 5 bottles of soju, if you eat this food, no hangover. Life is perfect. Everybody's okay. Maybe I lied, but it's supposed to be good for that kind of thing. But it's actually intestines and mixed together like a sausage, and you fry it, and it's really delicious for breakfast in the morning. So English breakfast is really hearty, but English food is not healthy. And Europe people always say that English food is terrible. If you ask your professor, oh, which food is the worst in Europe? UK. 100% everybody hates the UK's food. Now, I'm just going to introduce my family really quickly, just so that you know, and it's really easy to introduce them because there's not many. So the first one is here, and that's my mother and I. And my mum and I look very similar. You can see it in our faces. We're a little similar together. And you can see here, again, a little bit of closer view, we look similar. And as you can see, most importantly, snow makes us all cute. I love snow. It makes everything better, especially my face. You. Next one. Oh, we have a crazy member of the family, and we have a wild sister up here. So you can see this is me and my sister. Again, snow is perfect. But my sister and I are very similar aged, but one of us is older. Who is older? We'll see. My sister's name is Faye, and as you can see, she's crazy. So if you look at this face, it's just burning my eyes. Now, obviously, I'm kidding. I love my sister, and I love my mother. My family's super small, but we have one more member, the best member, and it's my dog. And my dog is called D4. D4 dog, like the letter D. D4 dog. So D4 is a really sweet dog, and you can see here me and D4 together. She's an idiot, and she never listens to me. So I'll be like, hey, come here, come here. Never comes to me. If I have sausage, she'll come to me because she loves food, so I understand her. But she doesn't listen to me. She does her own thing, does whatever she wants. But me and Deefa are a great match if she would only listen to me. Now, the next one is just a couple of pictures of me and my sister, especially when we were young. So you can see here there's a picture of my sister and I. Now you can see here my sister and I don't look the same. If you're at home and you're like, oh, Fraser, you look the same, I'm crying. We don't look the same. My sister and I, a little bit different. I look like my mum. My sister looks like my dad. Now, hopefully you can see one of us is older. Who's older? I'm praying, I'm hoping you're saying my sister. My sister is 1 year older than me. My sister is a year older than me, or a year and a half older than me. She's really intelligent. She is a scientist. So she got a PhD, so she's 과학 박사 in astrophysics, and she's a really intelligent woman, and her job is CSI. So she works with guns in England, and she looks at how murders and things happen. Now, she used to work as a spy, so she used to be like 007 or 007 in English, as we always say. She used to do analyst kind of work for them, but she changed her job and she works for the police now, so she does that kind of thing. But my sister's not important, so I think I can do this one. Okay, let's do that. Not important. The most important thing that is on this PPT today, oh no, maybe red's the better color. No, we'll go pink, then we'll go black. This part here, oh, you can't even see it. Game over, Frazer. This part here, yeah. So obviously, this is the most important part, and that is because I'm a Manchester United fan. So I know that Manchester United is Mengu, and they're not doing so well at the moment, but I'm always a Man United fan, always. So don't ever worry, just try your best to tell me about how you love Manchester United. And as you can see, when I was younger, I was a little bit cute, maybe as a baby, but as I get older, it's game over. But back to this one. Is anybody a fan of Man City? Or Liverpool? Chelsea? Arsenal? Real Madrid? Because I can give you a free F grade. Anytime you want. Just tell me. I'll always be able to help you with that one. So we've gone through the main points, and especially the fact that Manchester United is super important. But I'm only kidding. If you hate sports, don't worry. I have many other interests, and I will try to explain those to you now. I just want to give a cute picture of me and my sister, because we used to be cute. And you can see our hair color is very light in these pictures, so when we're children it's really light, but as we get older it gets darker and darker. But I'm not cute anymore, so game over. Bye, Frazer. Now I'm going to give you a list of 5 things I like or I love them, and you can just think about them and try and guess, and then I'll go through each one. So the first one is Hello Kitty. Do I like Hello Kitty? Number 2. Oh no, oh no, hide, oh no, no, I guess you're gonna see my Hello Kitty picture forever. I guess it's otaku picture, but don't worry. Next one, Korean drivers. I drive from Bundang. Next one, people who text all the time during class. Next one, getting game requests from students anytime. And the last one, I can't eat spicy foods. Yokdok level 1. So which ones of these are true? So I guess number 1 is true. I've got a picture right here. Here I am. Number 2, Korean drivers. I drive from Bundang or close to Bundang every day. So I get a little bit stressed, not just with Korean drivers, English drivers, everybody. It's a little stressful to drive. But if you're ever late for class, I'll understand, because you have to drive or you've got a bus. So I understand that Moyeon is a little far away, so I understand. But if you live on campus in dormitory, which you all do, then you should be able to make our classes super easy. Next one, people who text in class time. Do I like it? No. We have a break time, you can use the break time. We have time to do lots of things, so don't worry about that. You can use break time to text, talk, watch YouTube, watch whatever you want. Next on, getting game requests from students. You have my Kakao Talk. Don't send me any game requests. I don't need any. I already watch too much YouTube and watch too much Netflix. So you don't have to worry about that. Just send me messages appropriately, and I'll respond to you straight away. And the last one, I can eat spicy food, or I can't eat spicy food, sorry. 엽떡 level 1, like 착한 맛. Actually, I'm not 맵찔이. I'm actually really good at eating spicy food. And I actually like 엽떡, so 엽기 떡볶이, and I can eat level 5. Now, believe me, it kills me, but I can do it. It can happen, but I really like to eat spicy food. Now, this is a real list, because most of those were negative, except for Hello Kitty. I really like traveling. I've been to over 45 different countries around the world. Whenever I have a break in winter or summer vacation, I like to travel to a few countries. Next on food, I eat all the time. Now, from the video, you really can't see my face or my body, but I love to eat food. I love to eat chocolates and coffee. I went to Yangochi, like one refill restaurant, and I managed to eat 55 Yangochi. Like I ate 55 different skewer. The idea is I'm yes, no comment. I love food. Next on, people. I really like people. I love family, friends, good students. I'll talk to everybody and anybody. You have a question, don't be shy. Come and talk to me. I'm here to help you, and I want us to have a great relationship together. Next on, sports and exercise. So I eat a lot, but I also exercise every day. I love being outside. Korea has misemonji, fine particle dust, and that kind of makes it difficult for me to play sports outside sometimes, like playing football. So I go to the gym every day. If I did a regular day, it would just be me going to the gym. Maybe I'd go see some friends. Maybe I'd do something interesting. But in general, I always exercise, no matter what. And the last one, music. I really love listening to all kinds of music. I like watching musicals and shows. And when I was a middle school student, and even, I guess, elementary school, I was in musicals. So I always did singing and acting and dancing as a child, so it was really fun for me. But when I went to high school and university, I was a sports player, so I did like boxing and football and rugby and cricket. So I was on a few teams, so my tastes changed. But in the past, I loved being, in front of people and talking. But as I got older, I became a little bit shyer. But don't ask me to sing, because if I sing, I'm sure you'll cry. And you'll be like, not with tears of happiness, but tears of sadness. And the top one on that list is traveling. So in winter vacation, I went to a few places. I went to UK and I went to Malta. I made a friend. I'm very, very outsider. So, I want to be inza, but I have to make friends like this. Here you can see the sea is really beautiful, but it was winter in Europe, so it was cold. So we went to many beautiful places when I was there in Malta. As you can see, I went to Busan. I went to like Haeundae, Gwangari. Had a beautiful time. But the most important picture is this one here, because that's all of our dreams. We all want to be a Beksu, and we all want to have lots of money. So this is a real one, and that's what I want you to look at. Make it your dream too. But there's me, and as you can see, I always make hard poses, or I'm always doing something in my pictures. Like here, you can see this is this winter vacation when I went to Saipan. Beautiful looking coastlines, beautiful sunset, beautiful clear beaches, not many people. But I always make hard poses for my Instagram, or students ask me to do things for that, so I put them like that. I also went to Vietnam during winter vacation, so I took some pictures here, as you can see it, like Hoi An, and then I went to Da Nang as well. The final one, I went to Boracay, and I went there, and as you can see, handstand Frazer on Phuket Beach, jumping Frazer, hard Frazer, like poses, the beaches, near Station 1, every night watching the sunset go down in a beautiful place. It was really nice to go somewhere, and as I'm from the seaside, that's my hometown, Scarborough, I always love to go somewhere that's warm and has a beautiful sea. So I always go to the beach when I can, and I always try to enjoy myself, try to see beautiful things. But I love traveling because you get a chance to meet new people. And in this class time, that's what I hope we can do. Meet each other, talk together, become friendly and close. And don't be a stranger, don't be shy. Be confident and just try and talk to me as much as possible, and talk to each other as much as possible. So those were my traveling pictures, and what we'll do is I'll just explain about a couple of things that we have to do. Now, remember, you have to remember that my name is Frazer, so always say hello Frazer. Remember that I'm in Benyangwan 406 if you need to find me. Email address is here, and my Kakao Talk host Frazer is here. The idea is if you have a problem, contact me. I'm here to help you. I want you to get a good grade on this class. I will help you as much as I can, and I want us to have fun together, so just try your best. And the final thing that you need to do is just to spend like 10 minutes or so at home, or however long it takes you, and it's just to write a couple of answers down. So you'll go to this website, www.tinyurl.com/FRACRE1. Now this is very simple. The idea is there's just some very basic questions which you need to answer, and I'm going to show you it now. So when you type in that information on the website, the idea is you just have to do some very basic things. So on the first day questionnaire, you'll just type in like your name in Korean English, your student number, so that's like 2020 your birthday, your gender, your email address, your Kakao Talk or phone number. These ones I use just so I know who I'm talking to, if there's a problem or if I get a random message, just so I know your phone number, or maybe I need to contact you for some reason, something's changed or there's an issue. The idea is I'll be able to contact you easily, and everything that we do in this class will stay in this class, but I want to be able to contact you if there's a problem. Next on, what do you want to learn from this course? What do you want to improve? What do you want to learn? What is there that you want to learn about this class in from English? Next on, what grade do you hope to get in this class? Take a pick. I think most of you will be here. Next on, why do you want to learn English? What's the reason for you to learn English? Is it because you want to speak to foreigners or find the international company job, or maybe you want to be like a flight attendant, cabin crew, this kind of thing? Then the idea is, why do you want to learn it? Next on, what kind of foreign TV shows do you like? Which genre? So maybe you like Modern Family or Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You just write down an answer. That's easy. Next one, what is your favorite genre of music? Who do you like? Like maybe you like rock music, so your favorite genre is rock music, and Muse is my favorite band, like this. Like it could be anything you want to say. Next on, tell me about your vacation. What did you do? Now, maybe you went on holiday somewhere, so you can say it like that. Maybe you just stayed at home, like Bangkok. Maybe coronavirus stopped you from doing anything. No problem, you can just say, I stayed at home. Next on, what's your favorite drink? Oh, maybe you love Somek. You can write that down. Maybe you love cola. Maybe you love water. Just try to write down everything that you can. Who is your ideal type? Why? Well, you could be like, or you like some kind of actor because they're really tall and handsome, like that. Super easy. Frazer needs a new phone. Which phone do you recommend for me and why? So I need a phone. If you could recommend a phone for me, what would you recommend? You're like, oh, Frazer, you should get iPhone 11. It takes great pictures. If you could have dinner with anyone, who would you choose? So who would you choose? You could choose anybody in the world. Who would you choose to have dinner with? Maybe you want to have it with your family because you miss them. That's no problem. If you could change anything about you, what would you change and why? Maybe you want to be taller. So you'd be like, I would change my height. I wish I could be taller. No problem. Maybe you want to be smarter so you can get a good job. No problem. Any answer is okay. And the last one, it says leave a comment for Frazer. So you can write anything you want to write. I just want you to leave a message. Now this will take 10 to 15 minutes. It shouldn't take too long to finish. But the idea is just try and write as much as you can or as much as you want. And then if you send this to me, this is your attendance check. If there's a problem, you can talk to me and say, Frazer, it doesn't work. I'll help you. But the idea is you might have to do it on a notebook or on your smartphone. Smartphones work. So just go to there and fill in the information. And that's it for today's class. You just have to remember, go to this tinyurl.com/frazer1 and just fill out the information. And that's it for today's class. As I say, just go there, finish it, and hopefully everything will be perfect. Everybody, keep safe. Just try and enjoy your time at university. I know it's going to be a bit different this semester, but I'll always be in touch with you and help you and try to help everybody as much as I can. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. So goodbye. Bye.